I wore this dress for 30 days in a row. Yes, you heard me right. That's 30 days in a row. And I did it all in the name of packing light. In this video, I'm going to share more about the specific dress that I wore for an entire month straight before going into the benefits of a rewear challenge if you're hoping to pack light. So let's dive in. First up, let's talk about the dress. I chose the Bria dress from Wool. This is a very lovely dress that I had my eyes on for quite some time. So I was secretly excited when my audience voted for this dress out of 3 items that I proposed to them. So when they voted for this dress for the challenge, I went out and got it. And then I put it on for 30 days, and here we are. I now feel like I have a very valid list of pros and cons for the Bria dress. All right, so the very first pro, and it is probably the best pro and the one that I highlight the most, the one that makes this dress fantastic is that it is made of merino wool, as is everything at Wool. So that's great. Now, merino wool is the thing that I will never shut up about. I will always talk about when it comes to travel clothing because I just think it is the best. It is the best. It makes it so much easier to travel with minimal wardrobe items when things are made with merino wool because they smell less, they need laundered less, they are thermoregulating, they're quick drying. It's just amazing. All right, so merino wool, this dress, yes. It's also a very good quality dress. As is everything at Wool, it's a very popular place for me to recommend. A lot of my audience, my community members, we're all shopping there. We're shopping at Wool when we can. It also has a very flattering fit. All right, so this dress is not one that's super tight. It's not super loose. It just showcases your body and your curves in just the right way. It kind of skims them. So it's very nice. I like it. But for me in particular, I'm a little bit pear-shaped. So my shoulders are just a little bit narrower than my hips. And so when I have a V-neck top, it tends to create the illusion that my shoulders are a little bit wider. So for me, it's a flattering fit for my body. And then it comes with a belt that you can cinch around the waist. It can make it look more fitted there. You can wear it with or without the belt. It's just great. I like the fit. I think it works very well. It would work well for a lot of people. The fact that it's black is a bonus as well. Ideally, I would have gotten a different dark color. I like a little bit more of a color, but black is super versatile. It's easy to dress up. So this dress, I feel like could take me into other situations very, very easily. You can pair it with just about any color out there, right? And it also looks inconspicuous in a rewear. Okay, when you are re-wearing this item, it's less noticeable because it's black instead of bright pink, right? So it tends to blend more. It also blends more in a capsule wardrobe. It becomes something that you can wear in many different ways on many different days. And it's not, again, as noticeable as it would be if it were like a hot pink or a polka dot or something like that, right? It also has a lot of versatility of style because it's a, dark color, but also because of the dress itself. Okay, so I wore it for 30 days and I achieved loads of different looks and I took it across many different temperatures. So I started out, I'm in Australia, so we were in spring, but we're moving towards summer. So by the end of September, we'd had some quite warm days. So I wasn't trying to layer as much as I was earlier on when we had cooler days and especially cooler mornings. So in those situations, I layered, sweaters over the top. I put my long compression socks on for a little extra warmth, that kind of stuff. So it's easy to do that. It's versatile across the seasons in that way, in the temperatures in that way. But the dress is very long, so it's a very modest dress, but it can also be modified if you have something like a crop tuck or a little belt. I was able to transform it into a top and a tunic using a crop tuck style belt. But my favorite feature beyond merino wool is the fact that it buttons all the way down the front. So I can wear it buttoned like a dress, or I can unbutton it and wear it like a duster cardigan. So this dress is incredible just because of that. Get the button-down dress. Just do it, okay? Now, there are also some cons that I will talk about now. Because it's a long sleeve dress and it's not like a lightweight merino wool, it can feel a bit warm. So it's not something you're most likely going to be wearing in the summer. It is a shoulder season dress. It is a fall dress. You can take it into winter with extra layers as well. But in the summer, I probably wouldn't be wanting to wear it like a dress, like buttoned up. It could be worn like a duster cardigan and used like as a layer when you're in air conditioning or on the plane or in the evening, that sort of thing. Okay. This next con is not really something that happened to me, but it was something I thought about a couple of times. And it is because it is a button-down dress all the way down the front. Imagine like a blouse that buttons down. And every so often, you have to be concerned that maybe the fabric spreads and you might be showing off your undergarments or some flesh. And so when I was sitting down at certain times, I did actually check and make sure that there was no spreading of the fabric between the buttons so that people could see like my undergarments. It wasn't an issue, but if you get a dress of this type that is tighter, you could have problems. The next con is because of the length. I have really short legs, so this dress was very long on me, and I think it could have been a little bit more flattering on my body type if it were just a little bit shorter. Now, it wasn't anything that I was like upset about because I kind of like that it was this like really long dress on me, and I had a lot of fun with it. So, not a deal breaker, but it'd be nice if there was a petite option of this dress. Now, the next con is probably the biggest con for most people, and that is that the price can feel a bit steep. All right, so I believe the full price of this is $178 US. And it's on sale right now. So if it's something that you want, definitely go and get it right now because it is on sale. But yes, it can be a bit pricey for anyone who's used to spending more in like the $60 range for a dress, something like that. So I understand that. It can feel like a lot for one dress. But if you invest in good quality clothing that you need less of and you can wear more often, then it's actually not that bad. So when you wear your garment more, your cost per wear actually goes down. And it can actually become lower than the cost per wear of those cheap items that you have stuffed in your drawers that you only wear once a month or less. Okay, so when you get a really good quality item in your wardrobe and you make regular use of that item, it can be a wise investment. Which brings us to the Rewear challenge, okay? So I wore this dress for 30 days in a row in September, and this is a challenge that I do every year in my inner circle community that I'm calling it. It's part of my Baggage Freedom program. So if you ever take Baggage Freedom Express, my 5-day class, you will get the opportunity to join the program. So I'll link up the class below if that's a path that you'd like to go on. Now this challenge, it was based on the Wool and 100-day dress challenge. They also have a 30-day challenge, and when you complete the challenge, you get either a $100 voucher or a $30 voucher to use on your next item. So you get, when you get both items with the voucher, then you're actually, having cheaper items overall, and then you're making use of your item instantly lowering your cost per wear. Okay, so they promote this challenge to promote sustainability, the power of merino wool, conscious spending, and we do this every year because of those factors, but also because it helps you to identify if something is good for travel or not. That's it. You will know after wearing it for 30 days in a row if you want to bring it on a trip. Does it smell easily? Does it wash and dry quickly? You need to know how it performs. It helps you to learn what pairs well with the item and how versatile it is. So when you're forced to wear it for 30 days straight, when you're forced to wear the same thing every single day, you tend to get more creative, and that is an amazing thing. So I was thinking every day, what could I wear with this that is a little bit different than the day before? I mean, not every day, because I did just wear the dress as is a few times. But I was thinking about it. I was like, how can I take this into a different vibe, a different situation, a different scenario? How can I make this warmer? How can I feel cooler on this day? That sort of thing. So I got a little bit more creative than I would if I didn't do the challenge. It also helps you to get used to re-wearing. That's a big one. So when you realize that it's not actually a big deal and that no one cares that you're re-wearing, it makes it easier to pack less clothing when you're on a trip. So it's funny, we've had people in our group who have gone the whole month or however long they did the challenge for, and their husbands did not even notice. Plus, again, you'll be getting your cost per wear on your item down almost instantly. And so you'll get real value from this piece of clothing instead of just buying another thing that gets tossed into your closet and used occasionally. Now, just so you know, you can absolutely wash your item whenever you feel like it needs to be washed. All right, when you're doing a rewear challenge, you do not have to go the whole time without a wash. That's scary. The challenge is to understand how this garment performs. If it needs to be washed after every second wear, then that's important information to know before packing it. Now, in case you were wondering, I only washed my dress once in the 30 days. So I did halfway through and I gave it a refresh, and that was that. And, that's the power of merino. It's also the power of not having to do this in summer when it's like super hot and I'm sweaty. So maybe things would change. Like, would I go that long on a trip? Probably not. I probably give it a freshen up at least every week. But I know that I can push this item further than others, and I know how it performs. That's important. Okay. That's the challenge. It's a very useful tool when you're trying to pack light. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this video with a couple of thoughts. Number one, the Bria dress is one of my new favorite items from Wool, especially since you can wear it like a dress, but also open like a duster. That is just so cool. Number two, a rewear challenge is such a good thing. Like, even if you only do it for a week, I highly recommend giving it a go so that you know how your item performs. It's so important when you're trying to pack light and have the best minimal wardrobe in your bag, all right? Okay, friends. Well, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and give me a comment. I love to hear from you. So I will see you next time. Bye now.